your final chance to say goodbye to a legend here in New Mexico, former Speaker of the State House, Ben Lujan. There will be a public visitation tonight at 5:30 at the Ben Lujan Gym in Pewaukee, with a rosary right afterward at 7. Then tomorrow morning, a mass for Mr. Lujan will be at 9 o'clock at the Basilica Cathedral of St. Francis in Santa Fe. Well, yesterday, Speaker Lujan laid in state at the Capitol Rotunda, where thousands of people packed the place to say their goodbyes.
He had a very happy family life, and I think because of that kind of support, he didn't need anything else for himself, and therefore was able to give so much more to so many people in New Mexico.
Mr. Speaker, I miss you greatly, but I will always carry you in my heart. And I thank you for showing me, giving me, and teaching me to embrace my New Mexico families.
Ben Lujan was in the State House for almost 40 years. He died last week after battling lung cancer. He was 77 years old. Well, it has been more than a month since a teenage boy from southern Colorado just disappeared, and now the reward for information about him is going up. Investigators now offering $20,000 if you know what happened to Dylan Redwine here. Take a good look at this young man. This is him days before he vanished from his dad's home in Vallecito. It was near Durango. This was back on November 19th. Now, sheriff's deputies have searched Mark Redwine's home and his truck, along with Vallecito Lake right there, but they have not found any signs of Dylan. The Durango Herald says this reward money is coming from donations, a benefit dinner, and a silent auction. Bars and restaurants will be packed this weekend and early next week with people looking to celebrate the new year, but it looks like a lot of them will not be getting a free ride home simply because it's just too inconvenient. Here in Albuquerque and Bernalillo County, if you drink too much, you can have your bartender call Safe Ride or Tavern Taxi so you can get a free ride home. But a lot of people we talk with say they don't do that because it takes too long for the cabs to show up and pick them up.
It used to be really bad, or even in the summer, people are waiting over an hour and they would get frustrated, leave.
All right, other people say they wait for 45 minutes to well over an hour, and in that time they either find another way home or they think they're sober enough to drive. And we check with cab companies, and they say just about all of their cars will be out this weekend, but there simply aren't enough to go around for all the partiers. All right, it is back to the drawing board to find another company to take over the old Schott Solar plant in Albuquerque. McCune Solar was supposed to move into Schott's plant here on Mesa del Sol and even hire some of Schott's old workers, but now that plan is shot down, so to speak. Albuquerque's Business First says it's because negotiations that have broken down. Back in the summer at this little press conference, Schott announced it was, well, not that one, but Schott announced it was closing the plant because it was getting tough, and that put 250 people out of work and cost the state millions in tax incentives. All right, on to better jobs news now, where later today we should find out more about the state's plan to get more technology jobs here. New Mexico's Economic Development Secretary and others are meeting with Phillips Technology Institute on Kirtland Air Force Base to see what it would take to get the jobs here and get technology companies to do more research here in New Mexico. Later today, we could find out if two crime scenes in northern New Mexico have one major connection. On December 10th, Matthew Maestas and Gino Valdez are found dead in a trailer here near Hernandez, and it looks like that trailer had tried to be set on fire. Now, at the time, Rio Arriba County Sheriff's deputies said they want to talk with this man, Tomas Sanchez, about the deaths. Well, just after that, he was one of two people found dead in this burning trailer in Mendonales. The sheriff thinks that all four of these deaths have one thing in common.
I think the Mexican cartel is alive and well in our communities.
So, sounds like it was drug related.
I don't have any doubt.
State police are waiting on autopsy results to see how Sanchez and the other person found dead in Mendonales actually died. Well, in Santa Fe, the hunt is still on for this teenager who sheriff's deputies say shot and killed two men on Christmas night. Deputies say Joe Rivera, who was just 18 years old, got into a fight with John Griego and Nicholas Barker at a home on Valle Vista Court there late Tuesday, then shot and killed them. Investigators say Rivera could be armed and dangerous. If you see him or know where he is, please call police. We now know the man found dead at the old Pop-In Taco near Edith and Central on Christmas morning in Albuquerque died from bleeding on his brain. Police say that Alexander Largo was wearing a hospital wristband, but they're not saying if he got out of the hospital recently. Investigators are still waiting to find out if that bleeding happened accidentally on its own or if it could have been from a fight or something like that. Well, the man who was just found guilty in a very controversial and deadly DWI case from last year is now waiting to see how long he'll spend in prison for it. This week, a jury found this man, Juan de Dios Cordova, guilty of vehicular homicide, aggravated DWI, and other charges for driving drunk and killing Mark Wolf near Chimayo on Memorial Day last year. The case has been filled with a lot of ups and downs. A key piece of evidence in it right there, Cordova's pickup truck was actually destroyed. State police blamed that on the Rio Arriba County Sheriff's Office. A teacher caught on camera dragging a blind and special needs student down a hallway to school in Santa Fe will not face any criminal charges. The special education teacher at Gonzales Community School here, this is video of this, says she grabbed the 6-year-old's ankle and pulled him down the hallway last month because he wasn't cooperating. The district attorney says although the video is, yes, very distasteful, there's no evidence to show the teacher hurt or actually tried to hurt the boy. And take a good look at this jewelry. Very expensive jewelry, too. Santa Fe police think it is stolen, and now they're trying to find out who it belongs to. Investigators say 2 men tried to sell the jewelry to a jeweler for about $100, even though, get this, it's worth more than $20,000. The jeweler had an idea about what was up, told police about it, but just can't seem to find where the jewelry is from.